Chapter 15. The Chair Beside Mine. There were 2 chairs on my porch now, one old, one new. One was worn in, one still stiff, one that remembers, one that's still learning. He brought it over himself. Didn't ask, didn't announce. Just walked across the street one morning with it under his arm and placed it next to mine like he'd always known that spot was waiting for him. He didn't speak, didn't sit right away. He looked at me like a man checking to see if he was truly welcome or tolerated. I nodded, and that was enough. He sat. We didn't say much that first day, a few words here and there, about the weather, the plants, the old dog 3 houses down. But most of it was quiet, real quiet, the kind that doesn't need to be filled. He didn't bring his phone, didn't fidget, didn't check how long he'd been there. He just sat. And for a man like him, that was everything. Because men like him don't rest. They perform. They chase. They grind until the noise feels like peace because silence feels too much like failure. But that day he rested. Not just his body, his pride. Over time he came back. Not every day, but often enough to call it something more than coincidence. Sometimes he brought coffee. 2 cups, both with his name written on them. "Didn't know what you liked," he said one morning, handing me one. "You picked it," I told him. "That's what I like." He smiled. Small, honest, no performance in it. And I realized something. He wasn't looking for answers anymore. He was listening for something more profound. Something he couldn't Google. Something no girl, car, or playlist could hand him. And all I had to do was sitting beside him long enough for him to remember that men don't need to be rescued. They need to be witnessed. The porch didn't feel lonely anymore. And for the first time since he moved in, it felt like someone else finally knew what stillness was for.